I'm going to lean right into him and lean off of him. Dan,
it would
come
be
and shoot.
nice if
Dan,
you would
come
make
and shoot.
one.
I'll have Dan make one. Come in and shoot it, Danny. Dan's going to lean in, and he's going to make it. Okay. Jump hook. I want to talk about a part of the game that's going to win you a lot of ball games, especially late in a game, and that's free throw shooting. At the end of a game, we want to get our best free throw shooter to the free throw line. In fact, when Dan was playing for me, we encouraged him to get to the free throw line 10 times a game. If we get him there 10 times a game, we're hoping that that's going to be 8 to 10 points a game. Now, in order to do that, you have to be relaxed to shoot free throws. But after all, it is a free throw. There's a reason why they put free in front of that. You've been fouled, you get to go to the line. The whole idea is because someone fouled you, you get to make an easy point for your team. In order to do that, there are several different routines that people go through to shoot free throws. And what I'd like to do here in this segment is we want to show you each one of our routines. They may be different. We haven't discussed them at all. So I'm going to show you, first of all, how I shoot a free throw. Then we'll let Dan show how he shoots a free throw. And finally, Coach will show you how he shoots a free throw. But the whole idea is at the end of the game, or any time during the game, you want to knock down at least 80% of all the free throws you shoot. So Cam, if you want to keep an eye on us here, we'll get started on how to shoot a free throw.
You're going to talk to him, I hope, first
yes,
of all,
yep.
about that middle.
I will. I'll bring it up. Okay. Coach Fleming talked earlier about the dotted line that the NBA has, and what we used to have when we played in high school and college, there was a dotted line right through here. The reason why there was a dotted line was it is the bottom half of this circle that takes place in the free throw lane. Coaches still talk about the free throw lane circle. In order to make that circle, they had to have a midpoint in it. And every free throw lane in the nation has a dot right in the middle of the free throw line. So that means there is a place on the free throw line that you can go to every time and shoot your free throws from exactly the same spot. So if I'm going to shoot a free throw, I go to the free throw line, I find the dot, I'm going to put my right foot right on the free throw line, right on that dot. And now I'm going to line up my right foot, my right knee, my right hip, my right shoulder, my right elbow, my right middle finger, and my right eye. Now what I'm saying there is I want to make this free throw as much like a jump shot as I possibly can. So I line it up, and then I try to block everything out of my mind except front of the back rim. All right, and I go through a routine, as each one of these guys do. The official will hand me the ball, or nowadays they may bounce me the ball, but when the official hands me the ball, I turn to him and I say, "Thank you, sir," and I put my right foot right on that dot. Then I get my feet shoulder width apart, my left foot slightly behind my right, and I bounce the ball twice. And while I'm bouncing it, I'm thinking, bend your knees. So I'm going to bend my knees. Bounce the ball twice, bend my knees. I think bend my knees, keep my eyes on the front of the back rim, and that's what I'm thinking, front of the back rim. That's the only thought in my head. So I dribble the ball twice, front of the back rim, that's where I want to get the ball to. Now in my mind I can think, okay, I missed that a little bit to the right. Believe it or not, though, even when you miss it a little bit to the right and it goes in, they still count the point, okay? So I'm going to line it up, 2 dribbles, then right before I shoot it, I want to blow all the air out. Front of the back rim. So that's always what I'm shooting at. Everything else, exactly the same. 2 dribbles, blow the air out, front of the back rim.
Rocky, I want to ask you something here. If you have a 2-shot foul, what's your thoughts after you make the first one?
If I have a 2-shot foul, thank you, sir. If I have a 2-shot foul, or a 1-on-1 and I hit the first one, okay, or a 3-shot foul nowadays, okay, 2 dribbles, blow the air out. If I hit it, if I miss it, like I did there, then I'm going to step off the line because I want to readjust myself. I didn't feel good about that shot. I don't want to stay there and have a negative thought in my mind. So if I miss it, now I'm going to go back, wipe everything out, and start all over again.
Good point.
Okay? Blow the air out, front of the back rim. Now I made it. Now I have my 3rd shot in a 3-shot foul.
Now notice,
I stay right there, and I stay right here now, and I don't move. Front of the back rim. Okay, Dan, why don't you just go through your routine at the free throw line, and I'll stay close to you
mic'd, so
they can hear
tell
you.
him what. And talk a little bit louder, Dan, so that they know what's going through your mind.
I do the same thing. I'd line my right foot with the nail hole that Coach was talking about. I take the ball from the referee, say, "Thank you, sir." I take 3 dribbles. I hold it for about 2 seconds. I relax, clear my mind. And I just shoot the free throw, aim for the front of the back rim. I always make sure to hold my follow through too.
Let's go through that. Hold your follow through. What you're talking about is your hands stay up there until the ball hits the rim, right?
Yep. Your hands are staying right there until the ball hits the front of the back rim. What do you look at, Dan?
Front of the back rim.
Front of the back rim. Okay.
And like Coach was saying before, I don't step off the line unless I miss a shot. Otherwise, I stay right where I'm at because I'm comfortable and I've adjusted to where I want to shoot the ball.
And he doesn't even want to move from that spot to chase it down. That's how all of us kind of feel.
Okay, Coach?
It's amazing all 3 of us are kind of the same spot here because, as Rock said, we really didn't talk about this beforehand at all. Again, that is the middle. That is the center of the circle. That's where my foot's going to go. Now, there are some people that want to be truly in the middle with the middle of their torso. Then I would stand on it so it's split right down your body. When I was a kid in high school, that's how I shot it. After I started teaching shooting as a coach, I went to exactly what these 2 guys are telling you. And really, these are still my 2 kids as far as I'm concerned. I take 2 bounces. I don't stare at the rim. I don't want to look at the rim very much at all. I don't want to talk myself into it. Maybe there's idiots behind there that I can see up in the stands, or maybe they're waving something or something else. I want to clear my mind, but I'm going to do it here. And as I put on the board, just to remind myself, back rim, okay, finish up on my toes, follow through, swish. That's what my little mantra that I'm telling myself, okay? Back rim, finish up on my toes, follow through, swish. And I'm going to see it go in, okay? I'm going to take 2 dribbles, and then the other thing that I think, I know Jordan used to shoot like this, and I just changed that on him about a month and a half ago, where he put the ball up off the dribble and held it down here. A shot is like a machine. The fewer moving parts, the less things that can go wrong. If you shoot the ball from there, a lot of things can go wrong on the way up to here to where it's being shot. So what I like is to bring it back up in here so I'm sighting right over. And truly, that's the first time I'll even look at the rim is after my 2 bounces and I bring it up into here. I'm going to bend my knees. I'm looking at the front of the back rim. I'm going to follow through and end up on my toes up here and swish. That's what I'm thinking, okay? I'll just shut up and try and shoot. Now, both of those were swishes. I maybe talked myself into it too much. I'm supposed to be hitting the front of the back rim. But like Rock said, until they change the rules, they still count them when they go in like that. Sorry. Thank you, sir. If I miss, I'll play up the camera. I did it on purpose so that I'm going to step back on my next one. I'm changing, same thing. I'm going back. I'm going to get back in there. I knew something was wrong, so it gives me a chance to go back and regroup. I'm going to finish up on my toes. I'm going to follow through. And that's really the style that we shoot. Once you become a pretty good shooter, find me that rim over there, Danny, right behind the cameraman. We play a game called Par 25. When did I first show it to you? Maybe in the 70s?
You showed it to me when I was a senior in high school.
Okay,
72.
so we're talking about 72, and I would like to give credit to somebody, but I don't know who to do it. And I don't want to take credit myself because I just like the idea. We're going to shoot 5 free throws, and how we score it is where we hit on the rim. If we hit and our shot is coming right from here, we're shooting right head on into the rim. Rocky, why don't you move around so that it's in the same general position. And I'm shooting my free throw from here. If I hit the front of the back rim, which is right there, and the ball comes back to me and I don't have to move on the line to get it, that's worth 5. If it swishes, it's worth 4. If it hits any other rim and goes in, it's worth 3. If it hits rim, board, and in, it's worth 2. And if you simply bank it and it goes in, it's worth 1. Oh yes, and if you miss, it's 0. Once again, the scoring. Front of the back rim, it's worth 5. Swish, it's 4. Any other rim, it's 3. Rim, board, and in, it's 2. Bank, it's 1. And if you miss, it's 0. So the best you can get is 25 in 5 shots. We're going to play the game here. And it's 3 pretty good shooters, and we'll put a little bit of heat on everybody because everybody's saying, hey, I want to win here. I'm going to shoot last, guys. I'm sorry. The old guy gets to shoot last. The kid gets to shoot first. And we're just going to shoot 5 here and see what happens. I've been doing this ever since we come up with this game. My best score ever, and that's, let's say 72 we started, so that's 30 years. The best score I've ever got out of 25 was 23. I showed Jordan this game, and I think he got a 23 like the 3rd time he did it. I don't know how many he's gotten since then, but I haven't seen anybody get a higher score than that. So it's a great game if you're a good shooter. If you're an average, mediocre, or a poor shooter, you know, you're probably wondering, hey, look, I'm really happy if it goes in. I don't care how it goes in. But we're going to really criticize our own shot, and we're going to now see just how well we can really put the ball where we want to.
Coach, if you're a really poor shooter, what it does is it makes you concentrate even more, because now all of a sudden you're picking out a little bitty spot on the rim. And usually poor shooters just look at the rim. So we're telling them to pick out a little bitty spot on the rim. That's where they're aiming at.
Either that or look south. I mean, it's just, hey, I'm going to throw it up there, and if it goes in, that's great.
Yeah.
But concentration, that's terrific. Okay?
5 shots.
No warm-ups. We're good to go here. Let it go. Let it go. That hit the back rim, I have to admit.
5. That's 5 points. 1 shot, 5 points.
What's that, Rock?
2 shots, 5 points. Because it doesn't get any on that one. It's got to go in.
If he can get it and not walk out of the circle, it's a 5. Nope, it's a 5.
It's a 5. That's what we rule. You can get it without going out.
Yep. Well, he shot 4 shots. He's had 3 perfects.
So he's got 15 points.
That's only a 4. That's a 19, and the guy made 4 out of 5, which is 80%. And that still may come in 2nd or 3rd here.
Good start.
I'm sorry, Dan. What is that? That's a 0, right?
Could be a long day here.
That's
4.
for the rim. That's a 3. That's not a swish. The ball went around here. That's a 3. That's a 5.
That's a 3.
3, okay.
That's 7. That's a 4.
4.
11. 3 for 5.
And he still shot 60%.
Four. That's a 5. That's a swish. Okay, back in front of the back rim. Sorry. That's a 5.
Yep, he's bothering me.
Front of the back rim. That's a 4. 9. Zero. Nine.
We tied?
And Dan's already going through his little routine. That's a 5. 14. So we had 19, 14, and 11.
11.
11.
And that's how the game's played. and you're seeing it for real here.
Didn't,
Nothing spectacular, but out of it, you made 4 out of 5. I made
3.
3 out of 5. You made 3 out of 5.
That's 10 out of 15.
So what we're talking about is we want to be really critical of how we shoot, and we're going to make ourselves concentrate. I mean, some kids have never even thought about watching where the ball hits on the rim. But my mind is like a steel trap. Everything that goes in it, I want to digest that information and know, what do I have to do for adjustments here? You're looking at a goal setter basket. Absolutely the best outdoor hoop in America right now. They're made in Pella, Iowa. Both Rocky and I have sold them, and more importantly, are sold on them. We each have them at our home. 2 ex-coaches invented them, Denny Steenhook and Denny Brand. Here we're watching Britt and Rustin Dowd, 2 brothers, 13 and 11, who have been doing the 15-minute workout for the past 4 months. What we really want to show is that with a smaller ball, like each of them have right now, and a lower hoop, they can still have great form on learning how to shoot a jump shot properly. Rocky's going to show you here in a moment just how easy it is to raise the hoop. We're going to watch these guys just work out on it a little bit. Just with a crank, we can raise the hoop up. We started it there probably at 7 feet. Now we go to 8 feet. You guys still shoot. And take a look. Still stay in form. Everything that we talked about earlier in the gym. What you're looking at is a thing called the gun. John Joseph was the inventor in Sandusky, Ohio. Both Dan and I actually visited his home and the manufacturing plant many, many years ago when he had his first prototypes out called the Shoot-Away. If you have access to this thing, it's marvelous. We're going to have Dan shoot a little bit off of it, but he set it up so that it shows you on the readout in front both the shots made, total shots, as well as the percentage. If you can come around here, Cam, you can see that and pick it up perhaps. But be careful where you're at with the camera, because the ball comes out and that thing moves back and forth and sweeps around. So we're going to go ahead and start letting you see what we do with Dan. We're going to put 3 basketballs in there and simply let him shoot it. Get your feet ready. Now, if you can read the printout, he's taken 8 shots now and made 4 of them. Quick percentage, that means he's probably made 50. Can you make that thing move a little bit further, Dan? The net there causes you to shoot the ball with just a little bit higher arc. We're going to let you shoot 25 shots. Okay, you're at 20. And he's shooting 3-pointers now, and he's going to have made 14 out of 25, which is 58%. So you're getting the readout. We'll have a little bit of information at the end of the tape about where you can, if you're interested in this or you'd like to get your coach to get one, this is absolutely a state of the art right now. One final word here. We want to really thank you for purchasing our videotape. That goes without saying. We hope also that you learned something after watching the tape. All we're hoping is that somewhere along the line you'll pick up something that's going to help improve your game along the way. But let's not forget that you know, there's a lot of other things that are available out there. We have some things that are also available for sale, as you can see at the bottom of the picture here. But right now, the most important thing in my mind is I want to really thank you, Rock, for allowing us to make this tape. I mean, this has been kind of in the hopper for 10 or 12 years, and we've been thinking about doing this on and off, and with our schedules, we could never get together, but once I retired, it made it pretty possible. you look around and you suddenly understand that things have gone a long way from the little town of Maquoketa, Iowa. But I am so proud of what you've done and to allow us to use your facilities. But both a thank you to Coach Lamar. He's had just a wonderful, wonderful record here over 16 years, and to Mid-American Nazarene University, and to allow us to use their facilities. This just couldn't be done without you.
Well, Coach, we appreciate that, and of course, you know how I feel. I'm so excited to get to do something like this with you, and once again, we've been trying to do it for 10 years, and I'm so thankful that Mid-American Nazarene allowed us to use the beautiful Cook Center here, and hopefully we can use it as a recruiting tool even as we go along. But more importantly, with all of this, we still have to make sure that everyone who watches these tapes understand really where our priorities are in life, and that is that we want to keep Jesus Christ first in everything that we do, and we want him to bless this video. And we also want to make sure that we don't overlook our families. We want to take care of our families, and then hopefully each one of the kids who watch this know that keeping their schoolwork, you know, at a high priority is very important in life. And finally, then maybe learn about this game of basketball. And we hope they all just play it as hard as we try to teach them to play it on here. But once again, keeping God first, then their family, then their schoolwork, and then basketball. And just the opportunity to get that message across to these kids is something that I can't thank you enough for, because I don't think I'd have done it without you. And thank you, and thank Mid-American Nazarene University.
That's said pretty well. Thanks again.
You're welcome.